Hey guys, it's 7:13 p.m. on the 6th of May 2022. I have to say I did double check this, but it's day 128 of my daily videos. Part 3 actually, since if you watched this morning's one. And I think they have like 7 views on the first one and 4 on the second. So you might not have, but I accidentally hung up on myself the first time. And then the second time, I somehow ended up talking for 40 minutes. I mean, obviously 40 minutes isn't long in comparison to some of my videos. But yeah, that's what happened. I actually haven't watched the second video from today back. I think I've watched like half of the first one. But, you know, my ritual has always sort of been make the video, upload the video. It just, that's done with the video at that point. Obviously, besides, say, writing the description and then taking about 1,000 fucking, like, screenshots to try and get one half decent fucking picture. Like, the fact that on YouTube, I don't pick the fucking thumbnails. I can. I have once in a while, but that's more energy than I can bother with, so I let them do it, yeah? But on my website, if my video has a, like, picture, and to keep the, like, formatting of the new theme right, I've been told by the happiness engineers, I fucking love that name. Like, they're literally customer support, and they're called the happiness engineers. But yeah, to keep it like the format the same, I always have to post up pictures with my videos or blogs or whatever it might be. If you've seen yesterday's videos, I finished just finished watching back part 2 of yesterday's. But just finished is actually more like 10, 50 minutes ago. Excuse me. I'm going to preface this video with being truly 100% upfront and saying I've had a really strange day, a good one, but I've also smoked 2 joints and am drinking wine, and I'm really happy I haven't smoked weed in a while because this is making me feel much better. So, I have watched yesterday's, I can't stop moving, this fidgeting, this fucking bullshit. Anyway, okay, I have watched part 2 of yesterday's video back a couple of times, possibly a few times. I had this conversation with myself earlier, and I'm like, have I seen it twice or have I seen it 3 times? And I'm like, I can't fully remember, because today I know I didn't cry watching it back, and I've definitely cried watching it, I know, at least once, but I feel like it's twice. So it's one of those here or there, because it doesn't ultimately make a difference. But yeah, that's a pretty, like, I don't know, tugs on my fucking emotions, which, I mean, I wrote it and it was me and it was yesterday, so I'm gonna go with that. Probably makes sense, right? But let me think. Where am I at? So yesterday, the very first video I made, the one I don't fully remember what I said, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'll have to watch it. I obviously know what I've said in the last one yesterday because I watched it pretty soon before making this fucking video. I want to be a public speaker in front of, like, on stage in front of thousands of fucking people, and I get so fucking tongue-tied. Maybe that will be part of my thing. You know, I've got so many things going for me already, guys, haven't I? Alright, let's get back on track. Where are we at? Yeah, I did not cry. I watched it back. I've had a really fucking weird day. I really feel like I was telling a story and I've just totally blanked on what it was. But I'm going to keep talking until I need to stop. So maybe it'll come back to me. Like my videos are some of my videos are like gut-wrenching. I'm gonna say, like, over there on my wall, underneath the fourth one, which I know I've like swung past it by accident before. I'm not gonna ever like actually show it or like post a picture of it, which is ironic because I'm pretty much gonna tell you what it says. But it's quite like big and bright, and I see it every single day, which is, well, first off, it says no more pictures or texts to anyone in the world about the fact that I have a weird tent. It is currently empty and thankfully clean, and I learnt my lesson about the bugs. But yeah, that, like, I share that shit. And online I don't really give a fuck because, like I've said, to the majority of years, I'm a stranger on the internet. And to the people I know, well, if I've only just met you, you don't know where I live. And as I've said, I'm not doing it. And to the others, it's like, I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I've talked to cops about it before. That's a story. Not for tonight, but there are so many stories. What else does it say there? That wasn't the one I was talking about. Right, this is what it says. You are not, oh, where I've lost myself, guys. You are not to tell anyone in real life from here on out about your personal blog. Because it says, you will talk about them. And then I realised today, well, I'm only just realising it right this fucking second, actually, but it's like, I make it pretty fucking clear to the people I meet, like, I'm obviously the kind of person, I talk to fuck at everyone, and, I go through my ways where I'm like, fuck the world, or fuck you all, or fuck it all, because I gotta deal with the demon in my head telling me to kill myself every fucking 5 seconds of the damn day. But it's like, good must triumph over evil, right, guys? I am still here, telling my story. Yesterday was fucking shit. Multiple days of my week, we know, have been shit. I have broken my own rules a lot. When I got my second vaccine, I literally gave my phone number and both websites, as in YouTube and my actual website, to two complete strangers. I met someone today at the vet, but I need to tell my story in like chronicle order here. So we'll get to that. I haven't figured out a fake name for him, and I'm gonna need to ask him. Either way, I'm just gonna call him what he's currently saved in my phone as, which is Nice Guy from the Vet. But yeah, I'll give it a go. I don't know. Like I said, I've had a lot of things, guys. I think we're all real good at telling ourselves something when there's a part of us that knows it's all bullshit. Yeah? I talk to everyone. It honestly bites me, kicks me in the fucking head a lot. I have tried not doing it. I have tried not being mean. I've tried so many fucking bullshit things. It's not fucking funny. Days like yesterday and the days before are days where it's like, I literally have nothing to lose, because the only thing between me being here and me not being here is me. Nobody else, right? Like, and yet, today, I peeled off. You know, is what I mean. One heck of a day. Now, by the afternoon, and the fact that I've obviously been to the vet, if the guy's name is Nice Guy at the vet, shit's happened. So, I'm going to start at the beginning. This is what getting stoned does to you guys. I feel like I've been talking for like ever, and my timer says it's only 9 minutes and 37 seconds. How fun is that? Okay, so how did my day start? I made a 40-minute video and another fucking whatever the first one was, so pretty sure I've explained how my day started. Okay. it continued to go really well, right? I had the work meeting online. So there are 7 of us in our group. And as much as I would just love to tell you all about us, that would just fully, completely mix my personal and my fucking professional life together, and I am very certain of one thing: that's not meant to happen yet. Either way, we have our workshops, like I've been telling you, it's all very new. I am a paid professional storyteller. Manifestation is real, and the only thing you've got being a fucking critic and going blah 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 to it is cutting off your nose to spite your face. That's all there is to it, guys. I literally manifested me my fucking job to the T, to exactly what the fuck it is. I knew in my soul, in my heart, in my every inch of me would be the start. No, I'm at uni, I'm nearly finished. I bitch and talk and fucking psych myself out, and have anxiety and panic attacks and all sorts of bullshit when it comes to uni, which is dumb as fuck, in the sense that, look at how fucking big the tattoo is. It's massive. It's fucking massive. I know in my soul that every single thing is happening for a reason. The problem is, the human side of me, the ego side of me, the absolutely fucking afraid of everything side of me is just like, oh, no, can't deal, shut the curtains, pull your, like, cry yourself to sleep. Like, it's been a fucking nightmare this last week, guys. A nightmare. Now, here's something funny. Can you imagine me like this times a lot of fucking ice? That's something to think about, right? It'll be 6 years in July. Obviously since I've had it, which is awesome. The whole journey that I'm on started because I was like, I need to be someone, I need to help me. And happy people didn't help me. They fucked me off. I'm happy and I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm mad and I'm grieving and I'm every other fucking which emotion you can think of. And I'm honest about it. Yeah. And it's ironic because I was so freaking out about work. And straight after the video that I made yesterday afternoon, my boss messaged me. And I literally told him. I was like, I am really having an adverse reaction to the vaccine dose. I said it's affecting me extremely badly. I'm very much struggling. I asked him, can I reach out, as you're always saying, to one of the people like me to talk? And if so, is it 100% confidential? He obviously responded with yes, it is. But then he was just like the most fucking amazing boss in the world. He was like, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing. Like, it really sucks. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Absolutely take your time. You've got nothing to worry about. You know, your mental health, everything is absolutely more important than anything, and sending you so much love, warmth, hugs and everything. And I was just like, I have the fucking nicest boss and the most amazing job. And it's like, I was just honest because I had to be. I did not get out of my pajamas all day yesterday. I didn't. The only thing that I managed to do yesterday that gave me hope, honest to God, that today would be better, and I knew today had to be better because I had to fucking pull myself out of it, and I knew that I needed to do whatever that took. Now, I'd already told my boss the truth because I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to say it every single day until I fucking die. The truth is always the answer. I cannot tell you and say, oh yeah, I feel absolutely 100% amazing when I tell the truth 24/7, because it's bullshit. I do tell the truth 24/7, but it doesn't always make me feel good. I am learning how to do it in a nicer way. I very much learned that there's, and I learned this from Married at First Sight, go figure. There's that brutal, upfront, you're a cocky fucking roocunt way, which is unfortunately who I was, to the uplifting, inspiring, helpful, give advice way, which is who I'm now, well, becoming. I'm not going to say I'm there. I'm obviously becoming. I'm there in the sense that I know for a fucking fact that I am on track when it comes to everything, when it comes to my fate and destiny and all of it. And yeah, fuck, man. Even the fucking darkest times in the world, like, I do believe that everything's happening for a reason. Because if it's not, I don't know, man. I really just hope a fucking asteroid or whatever the fuck it is that took the dinosaurs out takes us with them. Because otherwise we're all just fucking screwed, yeah? Like, we need to evolve. Now, I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I will explain all of the things I believe in once I get into the fact that I actually have to do something about the professional website I've opened, which I haven't even looked at for things yet, but that's neither here nor there right now. But it's like, okay, let me start. Where am I at? Told today, Grant rang me at 7. I needed to be, I was dead to the world and I needed boss cuddles, right? So I asked him to please call me back at 7:30, which he did. He's amazing. You're amazing. I love you. And I'm super looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I'd said to him last night, right? And my win for yesterday was the fact that I had managed to do my dishes and tidy the kitchen. I'd done one of those rat test things. Not because I don't feel well, but because I'd found out I was a social contact. And I'd waited a couple of days, negative, I'm all good. But like my kitchen and my like dishes and bullshit, it was a mess, yeah? So I managed to, and this is yesterday, this is what's fucking with me, yeah, like this is yesterday. All right, so I did my dishes, I put away the stuff, put away the chairs, cleaned everything out, and I was like, okay, at least I'm getting up to something that's gonna make me feel like good, yeah? Because I'd already said to myself, literally like less than 10 minutes before, don't fucking worry about them, man. They're going to be there in the morning. Like, who gives a fuck? Grant's going to call you up. And I knew that was the part of me that's like, get back in bed. Who cares? Nobody cares. We don't care. I don't care. Fucking get back in bed, right? This is that part. And I think that's when I really was able to pull myself out of it for like the first time and go, actually, no. Like, no. I want to do my fucking dishes. There's just me. It's like a cup, a plate, and a couple of bits of cutlery. Like, Jesus, yeah? And that's when you gotta, like, pull yourself out of the thoughts. And, oh, my God, if I knew how to pull myself out of my suicidal thoughts, guys, I would have fucking done that a long time ago, yeah? But I'm working on it. And I think it's fair to say, in some way or another, unless you're just like a full-blown fucking psychopath, then that's a whole different thing. Like, I think we're all doing the best we can, and we're all working on it. Working on being better each day. You know, I learned quite a lot today. So, anyone that knows me in real life, right? Like, I love telling stories. I absolutely love the process that I go through with these videos, because whether they're like this or whether they're like yesterday or say a week ago, we're like some of my videos are like soaring past 3,000 views, and like other ones are like nearly there. Like yesterday's one is at 2.7k already, and I'm just like, I'm really sure people like the more depressed ones the most, which is all fine by me, because that's what I've said. I don't put myself out there to a particular audience. My audience is everybody or anybody or whoever the fuck you might be. If you think even one little bit of what I say makes sense and it makes your life better, that's a fucking win for me, yeah? Even with my stuff where I cry, like, it is what it is. Everybody fucking has cried, I'm sure of it. And if you haven't, then I would be seeking therapy. And, you know, that's again, I'm not going into that. That's a whole different thing. It's just like, though I have to say on the topic, any men that watch me, oh my God, this toxic masculinity crap is not flying. Us women, we don't like it, okay? You're allowed to have an emotion. I cry on my fucking videos and put them up online. Believe you me, you're allowed to have an emotion, okay? You're allowed to feel real, and you're allowed to have all those, you know, fucking deep and questionable, whatever the fuck they are. Like, you're allowed emotion. I just needed to put that out there. Oh, and on another quick note on the side, I've met a lot of men. A lot of my friends are older than me, right? And I've got a number of, say, male friends who are in their like 50s to mid 50s, yeah, and they think it's really weird, like, even though they're best friends, to give each other a hug. And I just really want to, like, just put it out there to you and to everyone and to whoever wants to listen. A fucking hug can make someone's entire day, okay? Their entire fucking day. People like me who I literally have boss to hug, okay? And my teddy bear, all right? We're all aware that I'm 36 and a half years old and I sleep with my dog and my teddy bear. And you know what? That's fucking fine. Just, yeah, emotions are good. I mean, you know, let's face it, I'm in therapy. I'm working on my emotional dysregulation and my radical acceptance, and I did quote my therapist myself today when I was doing the vacuuming, which was good enough is good enough, and that's one of my favorite things my therapist has told me. I still haven't finished today's story. Okay, I'm gonna like just shh and be serious, and just yes, exactly. At least these ones are better than when I'm crying. Or not better so much. It's just like, I'm obviously a little bit stoned. Have a little bit of wine. Everything's okay. I had a full fucking blown panic attack a number of hours ago, and I took 2 Valiums. I'm gonna guess it's all into the right thing. Alright? I feel good though, so it's okay. Where were we? Right. I think I'm good this morning. Grant woke me up. Grant woke me up again. I said to him, I need to take my medication because, as we're aware, I'm on the like Ritalin. Wake me the fuck up. Help me focus. So I said to him, I was like, stay on the phone with me until you've heard me take the meds, and then you've heard me turn the shower on. And he's like, you're gonna get and straight in the shower. I was like, absolutely, I have to get straight in the shower, because if I don't, I know that I will call you back on video, because I always get him to call me on like the proper phone, because it's right next to me. It's weird with the hub and the whatever. Anyway, I was like, but if I call you back on video and make coffee now, I said, I'm going to do what I always fucking do, which is just drink like 4 or 5 cups of coffee sitting in my pajamas, and then I'm going to have to rush for work, yeah? So I did exactly that, took my meds, had my shower, came out, obviously did whatever, and I sent him a message, because I told him I would video call him after I'd done that, yeah? And I sent him a message, and I was like, hey babe, you know, tell me if you've got anything you need to do, you want to talk now, whatever, but you know, I really feel like the need to make a video. And if you're new to my channel, I make my videos because, one, they really do make me feel like I'm alive. Because seriously, otherwise I do feel incredibly invisible, which is odd considering, if you've met me, that's not how I would think people would say I'd come across. Why else do I make my videos? 3, I think it's a fucking fantastic therapy technique. 1, I taught myself I might add you, so that's this might, if it exists already, I don't know, blah blah blah. I already have copyright claims on my fucking videos because my stupid music is too loud, which is why it's silent. Do you know why it's so silent? Because I turned the heater off, and I went to put the dryer on, and I didn't even do that. I was like conscious of making sure I'm coming across. It's ironic. I'm coming across clear, and I still fucked the sentence up. Anyway, what did I do today? I showered. I made my videos, my very long videos, which I haven't watched. Have I watched? Maybe I've watched the second one or half the second one. I actually do not remember. I just know I watched yesterday's second one a number of times. Since we all know I'm vaping, I promise myself things before I pick up this camera. We don't vape, we don't smoke, we don't do joints, we don't drink wine. And I do all of them all the fucking time. So, best I stop getting myself. Yes, I've only started picking up this bullshit again because I told myself I wouldn't smoke weed anymore. And hey, this is the first time I smoked weed in ages, right? And it's been one hell of a fucking day. So, alright, so make my videos. I spoke to Grant, everything's cool. Then I decided to, obviously I needed to clean the linen on my bed. Here's a story for fucking listening to your goddamn fucking intuition. I have this, let's see, let's have a look. I don't know. It's black, yeah? Whatever, yeah? Now this blanket is usually underneath the duvet because I've got the clean duvet, you know, fucking cover and it's all clean sheets and blah blah blah, right? Because it desperately needed to be done. I should have taken pictures, but I was too fucking out of it yesterday just to care. Boss literally has been digging, all right? I don't know why he's doing it. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. He has been coming inside, guys, with so much dirt. He jumped into bed last night and I rolled over and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Turned on the lamp. And we're talking paws, yeah? Like clumps of dirt and grass and whatever. And I'm just like, what are you fucking doing to me, dude? I obviously way too tired to give a fuck enough. I just pulled as much as I could out and just sort of threw it over there. And I was like, I'll deal with you tomorrow. And went to sleep. Now, yesterday, I think I said this morning, I set myself, you know, self-positive affirmation, deep meditation for sleep last night, set the intention, you know, that I would wake up feeling better, like I have to feel better, like I have work. But as I've said, you know, I did tell my boss the truth, not to the extent that I'm saying it here, but I told him I wasn't myself. But yeah, like everything was good. I ended up, like I said, changing the linen. The intuition part of it is the fact that I've got this and the duvet with the clean sheet, and it went through my head, leave the black one on the top, and I was like, because I'm staying at Grant's tonight, especially tomorrow. It didn't. It flashed through my head. That was my intuition saying, keep the duvet for when you get back and put the black one on top. And I obviously ignored it. And do what I always do. Made it the other way around, which, you know, listen to me. You know when your intuition is talking to you, woman, so listen to what it says. That's the thing. Some of it is just so fucking weird. Like, when that thought went through my head, I was like, what the fuck? Even when I literally went through him being by himself, the dirt, the digging, the mud, the everything, and I still chose to put the clean duvet on top. Now, that's what I would call just some dumbass not thinking, not really paying attention. Like, obviously it made sense, right? But it gets better, yeah? So, I have my work meeting, right? It started at 1. There are 7 of us in our group, right? Now, I've always obviously been the person, I do not get shy asking questions. I love asking questions. I'm a fucking philosopher, yeah? And anyway, there are obviously lots of different roles and whatever it might be, and I actually can't be fucked or able to keep going into it because I've been talking for 30 minutes. Anyway, basically, we had a fucking amazing work group meeting. There's 7 of us in our team. I asked the question of, well, how's it going to work? Because I assume, obviously. I said to them, I was like, I know you're never supposed to assume. I was like, but I'm going to guess at least that people aren't going to want 7 and like workshop people there. I said, so how is this going to work? I mean, there's all finer detail, but it sort of like comes down to what the main topics are, what we specialize in, what we have like lived experience in, blah, 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 and availability, of course, right? I also asked the question of, well, there's the 2 roles, the solicitor and the storyteller. I said, I obviously applied for being a storyteller because I've fucking been telling people I am one for the last 6 years. I mean, it's legitimately the reason I quit ICE besides Mr. X. And yeah, so it was a whole lot of stuff discussed. Anyway, without going into the big fucking lot of it, we have been invited to a workshop in Queensland next month. And I am a part of the 3 of us going. So go me. So if you watched yesterday's videos and then you imagine this happening, it's like, wow, like that's a fucking amazing transformation in the sense of, right? So I was obviously ecstatic, yeah, like, oh my God, of course I want to go to Queensland. Like, this is fucking amazing, yeah? Now, we've been asked to make videos about ourselves, videos about our, life experience, lived experience, stuff like that, right? And obviously there's multiple different topics, and the one that stood out to me was the addiction one. And I was like, okay, guys, I really need to ask a question. I'm like, because obviously the addiction stands out to me the most. I smoked ice for a number of years. I was like, but the thing is, I don't come from the same view as a lot of people. I'm like, I don't believe that it's a disease in the sense that all right, I'm going to rephrase this. How do I put it? I said to them, I believe that people use hardcore drugs like I did with ice to cover, like, disassociate from, pretend doesn't exist, push down, whatever it might be, something that's deeper, right? So there's a deeper inner core reason that this person is using whatever it is that they are using to pretend there's deeper, dark, like deeper emotional, I'm way too fucking afraid to deal with this because I don't know what's going to happen and I don't know what it's going to bring up and I don't know all of this stuff, so I'm just going to take whatever it is, substance that makes me feel better. Now that's my point of view, right? Because that's how I used ice, okay? I do not consider myself an addict on any level. Now, I'm telling all of this to my group on camera. I'm like, this is my story. I'm like, I smoked ice for like, I don't know, it's like 4 years or something. I'm like, but I didn't go to rehab and I didn't go to detox, and I don't actually believe in meetings unless you are like literally one of those people who, if you have a glass of wine, that's legitimately going to lead you to whatever it is from here to there. And you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm going to say people use substances, whatever the fucking substance is, to cover something so fucking much deeper. So when you're told that it's a disease and it's always going to control you and all of this bullshit, you're not helping yourself. You're not. No one can tell me I'm a fucking addict. I mean, they can say it and I'm just going to be like, cool, whatever. It means literally nothing to me because I know that I'm not. Like, I didn't want to go on a waiting list for detox or whatever the fuck it was. I knew that was the hardest time for people because we are fed this fucking shit like, you're an addict, once an addict, always an addict, blah, 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 blah. bullshit. That's what I'm saying. And obviously I didn't put it quite like this to my group, but I said to them, I don't consider myself an addict. I used it for a particular reason. I have healed that particular reason. I said, my next door neighbour smokes it all the time. I said, he asked me multiple times until he, got that in. I said, and then he comes over to visit me and pulls out a fucking ice pipe. I didn't swear, obviously, on the kitchen table. And they're all looking at me and I'm like, yeah, this is all real. I'm like, this all happened. I said, but I'm not interested because who I am now is not who I was then. I don't have an addiction to ice. I do not have a disease. I'm not actually addicted to anything. I love weed. Yes, I do. Not ever going to deny that. I'm not addicted to weed. I'm perfectly capable of not smoking it. But you know what? It's probably better for me than all the opiates I take because of how much fucking pain I live in, yeah? And even then, most of the time I forget about half of them. So, yeah. Anyway, the group thing went amazingly well. I'm going to Queensland next month, which is fucking awesome. Like, are you kidding me? Obviously, none of this could have been happening if I'm not vaccinated, and I understand this, and I am vaccinated, and the blah, 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 but oh my God, the last week has been hell. But today's been helping. Then I noticed, my throat gets so dry, right? Ooh, Defender or the one? Let's go the one, right? Maybe one more. I love my talking. 36 minutes and 36 seconds. How funny is that, guys? All right. Excuse me. Everything was going good. Work went well. We obviously have a follow-up meeting. There's 3 of us going to Queensland. I asked the question of, I said to them, I didn't even read the prescription, like the description for the facilitator's job. I'm going to be honest. I said storyteller came up as a position. I said 6 years of saying it. I said, obviously that's why I applied for it, yeah? But the way they described the facilitator's job, I was like, oh, I said I could definitely do that. I was like, I haven't read it, but I know for a fact, just based on what you've said, I can do that. I said, do you think there's any chance, like down the track that maybe we can sort of all go through all of them, yeah? And it's interesting because, like, my boss is already thinking, like, way down the track, like, different retreats, whole day things, workshops. Like, this is a fucking amazing thing I'm a part of. And shit like yesterday makes me feel like I'm the biggest fucking fraud in the world. And then today, I was me. I was confident Liv. I was happy Liv. I was like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. I make dumb fucking decisions like smoking e-vapes. What you gonna do right now? Don't ask me why. It's happening. That's where I'm at, right? But there's clearly a part of me that's not, there wasn't going to get back. There is clearly a part of me that is ashamed because I know I smoked a very couple of like short times while I was at the vet, but I was freaking the fuck out. Like I'd taken 2 Valium by this point, and I thought I was like the worst pet owner in the world. And I'm hyperventilating and trying not to have a fucking full-blown panic attack, which apparently was very evident to like every single person that was around. Anyway, so the work meeting ended and I noticed that boss was like hardcore drooling in a way that I've like never seen. And like we're talking soak couch, floor covered in wetness, like the bed covered, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong, yeah? Like that's not normal. He's a drooler, sure, but I've definitely never seen this before. So I called the vet. And they were like, okay, you need to monitor him, just keep an eye on him, see how he's going. He might feel like he needs to vomit, or he can't, or there could be a number of different reasons. They're like, we'll put a 9 a.m. session, appointment for you. And if it gets better between now and whatever, just call and cancel. I was like, okay. I didn't do any of that. So I think I tried to come to my room and lie down because I knew I was meant to be meeting my friends at the dog park. And like he was shaking to the touch and drooling, and we're talking like, at this point I'm now following him around with paper towels, like freaking out because this isn't normal, yeah? And I just kept saying to him, baby, mummy needs you, she needs you, she needs you, like you got to be okay, you have to be okay, everything has to be okay. And I was just literally repeating it to myself on repeat. Everything's okay, you're okay, we're okay, everything's okay, just you are okay, yeah? Because I'm not stable enough to have anything happen to him right now, you know what I mean? And I never know what the fucking universe is going to throw at me, but I'm fucking praying on every level. That's not one of them, yeah? Like, he's got a number of years left in him. Everyone thinks he's like 6 to 8 months old. He's 9.5 years. Anyway, so it's drooling happened, blah, 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 called the vet, monitor, blah, blah, blah. Right, yeah, cool. So I think I lasted like 20 minutes of following him around and then him coming up on the bed and just fucking saturating it. And I Googled. Now we all know the worst thing we can do is do Google. But well, I did it anyway. And the very first thing that came up was gum inflammatory. Now I've talked before about the fact that I need to be brushing his teeth. And I know I haven't been doing it as much as I need to. So at this point, like, I can feel a panic attack coming on. I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I actually have failed him. Like, he could die and it would literally be my fault. And at this point, I'm just like almost unable to breathe. Like, I'm taking Valium, I'm trying to breathe, I'm drinking water, I'm checking him. Now his gums were red. There was like dog fur stuck in it. I'm calling the vet back. Like, I obviously have no idea how I sounded, but I know how I felt. And they were like, calm down immediately. And I was just like, thank fuck, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, there's no way I'm going to make it until tomorrow at 9 a.m., right? So they fit me in straight away. And what made me feel like better was when I went to get his lead in the leash and whatever, he got really excited like he normally does. And I'm like, okay, that's got to be a good thing, right? It has to be a good thing. Like, he's jumping up and down and he's excited and he wants to go out, and I'm like, okay, it's okay, it's okay. But it was like, I shit you not, guys, it was like 2 fucking things were happening at the exact time, right? One part of me is just really feeling like I can't breathe. I've killed my dog. I'm like going to collapse. Like, what am I going to do? The other part of me is going, he's happy, he's jumping, he's excited, he wants to go out, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. And then there's like, everything's gonna be okay, and the mantra starts again, and it's just like causing me to feel like I cannot breathe over and over again. So I'm guessing by the time I got to the actual vet, which is like literally 5 or 6 minutes away from me, like, it was weird. It was like, okay, I'm watching myself and I know I should be fine. Like, everything's fine. He's barking his head off. He's doing his usual fucking annoying boss shit. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God. Okay, I know I'm overreacting. And yet none of what I was saying to myself was relieving me on any level. I still couldn't breathe. I still felt like I was going to literally fully go into like a severe full-blown panic attack. And at this point, I've now taken 2 Valium, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? Everyone, like, I can see it. It's okay. It's like the rest of my life. Everything's good. Everything's great. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, to me. Anyway, they took me straight in, and they did the whole thermometer thing, and made sure they double check with different ones, and checked all his gums, checked all his airways, checked everything, and they were like, look, he's breathing properly, everything's fine. You know, could there be anything that he's eaten? Has he been anywhere? I was like, well, I went to the dog park, you know, I think on Monday or whatever it was, might have been Tuesday, truly don't remember. I said, other than that, he's only been in my backyard. I don't know what he could have had, like the food's the same. She did say the gums are red, and then she checked his glands and then showed me how to check the glands, and she was like, they're very swollen, so they're clearly pressing on the part that's making him drool. And I'm like, okay, now I'm still in this like two-dimensional, everyth's good, vet saying it's fine, nothing to worry about. She's telling you over and over and over again, this is not your fault, this is not your fault. And the other half of me is going, don't listen to her. Of course this is your fault. Everything is your fault. Just being here alive is your fucking fault. Or whatever the fuck it is. It's very fucking confusing, right? It's like D&D, like dissociative identity disorder. It's like the new way of multiple personality disorder. Yeah? And that's where you have like yourself and other people, and they're all their own people. I do not have that, but I do have dissociative disorder. And again, I'm going to say, Flight Attendant number 2 on Binge, oh my god, fully explains, just in the way you watch it, exactly what dissociative disorder is. It's trippy, the way it does it. There are different versions of me in my head, yeah? And, yeah, of course, like I'm at the vet, and I'm still not understanding why I can't calm down. Like, everybody is telling me it's going to be okay. He is okay. Everything's okay. And I'm just like, I can hear you. Not a single bit of it is registering. Yeah. And I don't know why. But that was how it was. So I got given antibiotics for him. So that was cool. I went out the bag. I was shaking, and I was still hyperventilating, and I was still just like, you need to calm down, you need to breathe, everything's okay, they told you he's okay, you've got the antibiotics, everything's okay. I'm pretty sure I sat in the car park listening to my Rocky Horror for like the 4th or 5th fucking time, quietly of course, because boss isn't a fan, for at least a good 5 or 10 minutes, because even I don't drive when I don't feel safe, or at least I try not to. And I did not feel safe at that exact moment. And then when I pulled out, there was like, it's a very narrow street, and there was people parked on either side. So I pulled to the side, and I, you know, flashed the lights to let the other guys know to come through. And there was a guy there, the nice guy in front of the vet, right? And he had seen me waiting, and he'd seen how anxious I was, and, you know, gave boss a pat, and he was quite lovely. And then he wandered off, did whatever he did. And he happened to still be there when I pulled out onto the street. Now, there was a car and one of those, you know, like doggy wash things where they come to your house and they wash your dog for you. And because he was there and he was standing right next to it, and I definitely did not see the woman in the driver's seat at this point, I was like, oh, you're still here. Is this your business? And he goes, no, it's not mine, it's hers. And that's when she waved at me, but he had the card in his hand. And he's like, I'll give you this one. I'll grab the other one she's about to pull out. He goes, but don't go anywhere. I need to say something. And I'm like, okay. So that exchange happened, and he came over, and I'm in my car at this point, and my window's down, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I'm still trying to convince myself at this point, I think, right? He's like, you don't seem like you're okay. Now, mind you, the vet, here's a part of the story I probably shouldn't forget. The vet and the vet assistant were both like, or especially the vet, she was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yep. I'm meeting people with the door part. Everything will be fine. And she's like, you don't totally seem okay. And I'm like, yeah, I had the second vaccine on Monday. I said it's heightened every single one of my illnesses, but unfortunately my suicidal ideation has just gone through the roof. I said, that's a fact, yeah. She's like, right, is there anyone at home that you can go home to? And I'm like, just me and boss. That's why we're here, yeah? And she's like, is there anywhere you can go? And I'm like, look, I'm seeing my friend tomorrow. Everything will be fine. You've checked in, you fit me in, you know, whatever it is. I said, you've given me the antibiotics. I said, I feel better. And she's, and like, I'm obviously don't look like I feel better at this point, because as I've said, I had to sit in the car for quite some time. And it was quite apparent that she was very concerned. And I was like, I will be okay. I promise. I'm going to go and get a dog loaf, you know, the roll, because it's the only way I know how to give him meds. I'm going to go to the dog park, and then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to relax, and it's going to be okay, yeah? And at this point, because of the whole, oh my God, I'm going to Queensland, oh my God, like there's 7 of us, and I knew how much I wanted to go. But I did think there'd be a lot of us vying for it. And yeah, like the boss was like, who wants to go? And I was like, yeah, I'm excited. Can anyone tell? And they all just started laughing. And they went through the list, and yeah, like I said, there's 3 of us, and it's fucking awesome. And obviously I'm like, I'm going to celebrate. I'm fucking allowed to. I'm legitimately prescribed weed for my pain. I haven't been using it because, well, it hasn't been working. Which is maybe not even true if I'm really honest, because it hasn't been getting me stoned. And I guess there's still a part of me that's like, if I'm going to smoke weed, I want to get stoned, which I think is why I like taking the oil as the actual medication. I don't think I've had that conscious thought until right this second. So there you go. We're learning something together. But yes, so everything went fucking amazingly with work. I know that I'm not a fraud, because I know if what happened yesterday happened, it would last me like a month or however the fucking long to get past it. And yet here I am the fucking next day. I've obviously still got my shit to deal with. I think the vet appointment showed that. And even just driving home from the dog park, the pang of you're going home to an empty house, and it's like, yeah. But you know, this is the life that I know I need to lead, and most of the time I'm pretty okay. And you know, the first time lasted a few days. It's Friday, I got a Monday. I'm going to just keep setting the intention. I'm going to keep feeling better. Everything's okay. Boss is okay. I'm seeing Grant tomorrow. Life is good. I'm going to Queensland for work as a paid storyteller. So that to me alone is like paid, is like proof and a half of manifestation. But anyway, I'm tired and I'm hungry, and I've talked for almost 53 minutes. So I have absolutely no clue if I finished all the points to my story. Oh, the nice guy at the vet, obviously we explained details. He gave me a hug. He was so nice. I was like, at one part we were talking through the window, and he was like, you really look like you just need a hug. And I'm just like, yeah. You know, and we were talking, I got out of the car, and I'm still having like issues breathing at this point. And then he showed me his dog. His dog was so fluffy and white, like cute as fuck. The complete opposite kind of dog that I'd ever be able to own myself, I think. But he was such a sweetheart, and we exchanged details, let me cuddle the dog. And yeah, like he was the one that came to check on me. Like he checked, like, are you okay? I'd really like you to make sure you're okay. Please don't drive when you're not safe. Like, I really need to know you're all right. And that's when I was like, yeah, I'll give you my number. And that's fine. And yeah, it is whatever time it is. I don't know, but I'm getting sleepy and I'm very hungry. And I think this is a good place to stop. So good night, guys.